Venice, in the year 1254, was a city of bustling merchants and grand canals. The city was alive with the sounds of commerce, the clinking of coins, and the chatter of traders from distant lands. Its waterways were the lifeblood of the city, teeming with gondolas and merchant ships. It was a hub of trade between Europe and the East, a melting pot of cultures and goods. Spices, silks, and precious stones flowed through its markets, making it one of the wealthiest cities in the world. This was where Marco Polo was born into a family of merchants. His father, Niccolo, and his uncle, Maffeo, were seasoned traders who had already ventured far beyond the familiar confines of Venice. Growing up, young Marco would have heard tales of distant lands and exotic goods brought back by his father and uncle, Niccolo and Maffeo Polo. These stories were filled with wonder and mystery, painting vivid pictures of places like the Silk Road and the court of Kublai Khan. These stories sparked a sense of adventure in Marco's heart. He would often dream of far-off places, imagining himself as a great explorer, uncovering the secrets of the world. He longed to see the world beyond Venice's canals. The narrow waterways of his home city seemed to confine him, and he yearned for the vast open seas and the lands that lay beyond them. Marco's education likely focused on practical skills. He was taught the art of trade, the intricacies of different languages, and the science of navigation. These were essential skills for any merchant, especially one with dreams as grand as Marco's. He learned about trade, languages, and navigation. Each lesson brought him one step closer to his dream of exploring the world. He practiced diligently, knowing that these skills would be his tools for adventure. These skills would prove invaluable in his future journeys. They would enable him to navigate the complex world of international trade and diplomacy, and to communicate with people from diverse cultures. Venice was a republic with a strong maritime tradition. Its ships were known far and wide, and its sailors were among the best in the world. This environment nurtured Marco's sense of independence and his thirst for exploration. Surrounded by tales of adventure and the constant movement of goods and people, Marco's desire to see the world grew stronger each day. Little did he know he was destined for a life far beyond the Venetian lagoon. His journey would take him to the farthest reaches of the known world, and his name would be remembered for centuries to come. In 1271, when Marco was around 17, his life took an unexpected turn. This was a time when the world was much larger and more mysterious, and the idea of traveling to distant lands was both thrilling and perilous. His father and uncle, who had already traveled to the east, returned to Venice. They brought with them tales of exotic places and incredible adventures, sparking Marco's imagination and desire to see the world beyond his home. They carried with them a letter from the powerful Kublai Khan, the Mongol ruler of China. This letter was an invitation, a call to bring back knowledge and wisdom from the west to the east. The Khan requested that they bring back 100 learned men and some holy oil from Jerusalem. This mission was not just a trading venture, but also a cultural and religious exchange, bridging two very different worlds. This marked the beginning of Marco Polo's extraordinary journey. It was a journey that would take him across continents, through deserts and mountains, and into the heart of the Mongol Empire. The Polos, with young Marco accompanying them, set sail from Venice. The bustling port city was their gateway to the wider world, filled with ships and merchants from all corners of the globe. Their journey took them across the Mediterranean Sea. This vast body of water was a major artery of trade and cultural exchange, connecting Europe with the East. They sailed past Constantinople, the great city of the Byzantine Empire. Known for its magnificent architecture and strategic location, it was a melting pot of cultures and a key stop on their journey. From there, they ventured into the Black Sea, stopping at trading posts along the way. These posts were bustling hubs of commerce where goods, ideas, and stories were exchanged. The journey was fraught with risks, from storms at sea to bandits on land. Each day brought new challenges, testing their resolve and determination. But the Polos persevered, driven by a thirst for adventure and trade. Their determination and resilience were key to overcoming the many obstacles they faced. Their ultimate destination, the fabled land of Cathay, known to us today as China. This was a land of immense wealth and mystery, a place that few Europeans had ever seen. From the shores of the Black Sea, the Polos embarked on the most arduous leg of their journey, the overland route across the Silk Road. This ancient network of trade routes stretched for thousands of miles. It connected the east with the west. Their caravan traversed treacherous mountain passes, vast deserts, and lush oases. They encountered a kaleidoscope of cultures and peoples. They crossed the desolate plains of Persia, where ancient empires once flourished. They braved the scorching heat of the Taklamakan Desert. This desert was known as the Desert of Death for its unforgiving conditions. They marveled at the snow-capped peaks of the Pamir Mountains, known as the Roof of the World. Along the way, they traded goods and gathered stories. They witnessed firsthand the cultural and religious diversity of the Silk Road. After 3.5 years of arduous travel, the Polos finally reached their destination in 1275, the court of Kublai Khan in Shangdu, also known as Xanadu. The Khan, a grandson of Genghis Khan, welcomed them with open arms. He was impressed by Marco's intelligence and eagerness to learn. He took the young Venetian into his service. Marco learned to speak and write Mongolian and Chinese. He traveled extensively throughout the Khan's vast empire. He marveled at the engineering feats of the Grand Canal, a waterway that spanned hundreds of miles. He was astounded by the bustling cities with their vibrant marketplaces and innovative use of paper money. He witnessed the Khan's hunting expeditions with thousands of horsemen. Section 5. A Venetian in Xanadu, Marco Polo's years of service. For over 17 years, Marco Polo served Kublai Khan in various capacities. He was a keen observer of Chinese customs and traditions. He was fascinated by their use of coal for fuel, their sophisticated printing techniques, and their system of government. His travels took him to far-flung corners of the empire. He journeyed south to Yunnan province, where he encountered diverse ethnic groups and exotic wildlife. He sailed along the coast of China, witnessing the bustling port cities and the might of the Mongol navy. He ventured into Southeast Asia, visiting Burma and Vietnam. He learned about different religions and philosophies. He was particularly intrigued by Buddhism. Section 6. Tales of the Orient, Spices, Jewels, and Paper Money. Throughout his travels, Marco Polo meticulously recorded his observations. He filled his notebooks with descriptions of the people he met, the places he visited, and the wonders he encountered. He described the spices, silks, and precious stones traded in the bustling markets. He marveled at the use of paper money, a concept unknown in Europe at the time. He wrote about the postal system, the use of coal, and the production of gunpowder, all technological advancements that astonished Europeans upon his return. His accounts provided a rare glimpse into the wealth, sophistication, and vastness of the Mongol Empire. They painted a picture of a world far more advanced and interconnected than most Europeans could have imagined. Section 7. Homeward Bound, a perilous voyage back to Venice. In 1292, after many years in the service of Kublai Khan, the Polos finally received permission to return home to Venice. The Khan entrusted them with escorting a Mongol princess to Persia. They sailed from the port city of Kwanzhou, carrying with them a wealth of stories and experiences. Their journey back was no less perilous than their outward journey. They faced storms, pirates, and shipwrecks. They crossed the Indian Ocean, sailed around the southern tip of India, and navigated the Persian Gulf. After more than 2 years at sea, they finally reached their destination in Persia. The princess was safely delivered. The Polos continued their journey overland, finally reaching Venice in 1295. Section 8. The Travels of Marco Polo, a book that changed the world. Upon their return to Venice, the Polos found themselves in the midst of a war between Venice and Genoa. This conflict was a significant event in Venetian history, and it had far-reaching consequences for the city's future. Marco Polo was captured and imprisoned. His capture was a turning point as it led to an unexpected opportunity that would change the course of history. During his imprisonment, he dictated his memoirs to a fellow prisoner, Rustichello da Pisa, a writer of romances. This collaboration was unique, blending Polo's first-hand experiences with Rustichello's narrative skills. This collaboration resulted in the creation of the Travels of Marco Polo, also known as Il Milione, the Million. The book was a remarkable account of Polo's travels and the wonders he encountered. The book was a sensation. It captivated the imaginations of people across Europe, offering them a glimpse into a world that was previously unknown to them. It was translated into various languages and circulated widely throughout Europe. The translations helped to spread Polo's stories far and wide, reaching audiences in many different regions. It offered Europeans their first detailed glimpse into the East. The book described the vast and diverse cultures, landscapes and economies of the regions Polo visited. It described its riches, its wonders and its possibilities. The detailed accounts of the wealth and splendor of the East fascinated readers and inspired dreams of exploration and trade. The book fueled the imaginations of explorers, merchants and mapmakers. It provided them with valuable information and inspired many to embark on their own journeys of discovery. It played a crucial role in shaping European perceptions of the world beyond their borders. The travels of Marco Polo remains a testament to the power of storytelling and its ability to transform our understanding of the world. The Section 9, Marco Polo's Legacy, Bridging East and West. Marco Polo died in 1324. His book continued to inspire generations of explorers, scholars and dreamers. His stories ignited European curiosity about the East, contributing to the age of exploration. His descriptions of Asian trade routes and goods influenced European merchants and adventurers. While some debated the veracity of his accounts, later explorations confirmed many of his descriptions. Marco Polo's journey remains a testament to the human spirit of adventure, curiosity, and the desire to bridge cultures. His legacy endures as a symbol of the interconnectedness of our world and the importance of cross-cultural understanding. His name continues to evoke images of far-off lands, exotic cultures, and the enduring power of human curiosity.